Hello, this is Dr. Alan Yim. Today I'm going to be showing you how to write seventh chords. So, seventh chords are pretty much the same as triads, but we are now going to add another note on top. So if I were to write the C major triad, I would be playing these notes here, like this. To make a seventh chord, I add another third on top. And there I have a nice major seventh. For this video, I'm going to be using major and minor thirds to create these chords that we use, well, in this case, for classical music. So there are 5 different seventh chords that are used in classical music. There are more seventh chords than this, but we are primarily concerned with these for the moment. Later we'll see there's some alterations of this. Okay, the major seventh, the minor seventh, you could put this in your notes, the dominant seventh, the most important one of all of them is the dominant, the half diminished seventh, and the fully diminished seventh. Now, we're going to learn later about chord symbols and how you indicate these qualities, but just keep in mind that for chord symbols and also for Roman numeral analysis, which we'll learn about later, you're always going to have to indicate that there's a seventh chord, not just a triad. It's something a little bit different. Okay, so now how do we create these? So I'm going to stack up the thirds for each one of these. Okay, so a major seventh, first of all, is a major triad plus a major seventh. Now when I talk about the seventh, I'm talking about the interval from the bass note in this position, the lowest note of the chord, to this, to the seventh. So we're talking about the quality of this seventh here. And from C to B natural, that's, well, you know that's Do to T, and we learned in the last video that all of the all of the intervals, seconds, thirds, sixths, and sevenths from Do up, like Do, Re, Do, Mi, Do, La, and Do, Ti, those are all major intervals in a major scale. So major seventh, Do to Ti in solfege. Okay, that makes a major seventh. We already know that the major triad is a major third plus a minor third. So I'm going to use some abbreviations here in a second, like that. Okay, what about the minor seventh? Well, this is a minor triad plus a minor seventh. So this one is, okay, where am I going to put this? Minor third, major third, and then a minor seventh. The dominant seventh, this is actually sometimes called a major minor chord. So it has a major triad and a minor seventh. Half diminished and diminished. These are both diminished triads plus, okay, now here it's going to divide. In the half diminished, we have a minor seventh, okay, and then in the fully diminished, it's a diminished seventh. Okay, so this is, let me write this here. So this is for the half diminished, and this is for the fully. Okay, so this is one way of looking at it. I have to admit that this is probably not the best. This is a little bit confusing, but major, again, major triad plus a major seventh. And then the minor triad plus a minor seventh. The pretty and 7th chords, in my opinion. The dominant 7th, a major triad, plus a minor 7th. Okay, that should sound very familiar. That always has to resolve. Okay, the half diminished. Okay, diminished triad, remember, is 2 minor thirds stacked up. So there's the diminished triad, plus a minor 7th sounds like this. So there's that minor. Sounds a little bit like a train whistle. That's the half diminished. And then if I fully diminish the 7th, fully diminished means that's going to be B double flat. Sounds like that. Let me show you on the keyboard what these look like. Okay, so the major you already saw. It was actually, whoop. Okay, so the major, like this. Okay, minor, we have to change this and this. We have to lower those down. Hopefully there and there. Here's the minor. Okay, here's the dominant. We're going to put that E flat back up to E natural. Okay, and then watch the diminished, because I have to lower the 3rd and the 5th. I'm going to give you a system for this in the next video. So here's the half diminished. We lower 3 and 5 from there we go, diminished triad. And then finally the fully diminished, going to take this B flat and make it B double flat. And you can see there it's all stacked minor thirds. The interesting thing about this chord is when you flip it upside down, it stays fully diminished no matter how you rearrange the notes in this chord. Okay, I'm going to make a little chart for you to maybe make this easier. So you can memorize these chords according to the triad plus the 7th like I just showed you, or you might want to try this other method. And again, just like when we learned intervals by counting half steps, this is really the inner workings of how to make these chords. It's not really the best way to think of these chords or to construct them in everyday life, because it's kind of slow. But it's nice to have this underlying understanding of this. So if you get into some weird key, or you're just given a note and they say write a fully diminished 7th, if you're really good at minor thirds, for example, this might be actually quicker for you. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put like this. The root, well, okay, so over here, I'm going to tell you, like for example, this is the major 7th. Okay, so I'm going to stack it up from the bottom. Major 3rd, minor 3rd, major, now I have to think about this, because again, I don't normally do it this way. Major 3rd, of course. So you could do it like this. This is just another way of looking at only the thirds. Alright. Minor 3rd, minor 7th is going to be minor 3rd, major 3rd, and then a minor 3rd. Okay, I've got the 3 here. So they're like opposites of each other. Major, minor, major. That's major 7th, or minor, major, minor. Okay, so those are opposites. Then the dominant, if you don't mind, I'm going to abbreviate it. Later we'll see, we'll just put 7. But dominant 7th, okay, this is a major chord on the bottom. So it's major 3rd, minor 3rd, and of course we have to have minor 3rd on the top, or otherwise it's going to be the same as the major. So if we take the major and we lower the top, make that 3rd into a minor 3rd, now we have the dominant 7th. Okay, so those are 3 there. Now let's take a look at the half diminished. Here's the symbol that we'll use for it. Half diminished, like a little cut in half pizza. Okay, This is a minor third plus a minor third plus a major third. So the diminished has a major third on top of it. The diminished triad. Okay, so there's the diminished triad, and here, that's the major third on top. And there's that train whistle. So again, a diminished triad plus a major third, and we get a half diminished 7. I guess I should remind you of this, what this means. Alright, let's go over to the left here so I can write the fully diminished 7th. And lastly, here we go. So fully diminished, the symbol for that is going to be a circle like that. 7. Sorry if you had headphones on. I think I just hit the mic. Alright, I apologize. Fully diminished. There it is. Okay, minor third, just like the, because again, this makes a diminished triad. Okay, and then this time, minor third. All minor thirds, like I mentioned before. Okay, all together makes this 7th chord. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to get from one chord to the next, because you can start with major and create all the other ones. But for now, this is it. This is the thirds stack, how they stack up to create the 5 different 7th chords that we use in classical music. I hope this helps you.